And we are good.
Ready? Okay, I'd like to call the November 20th, 2025 County of Oswego IDA meetings to order. Tim, can you do a roll call of the members?
Cool. Nick Allen,
Present.
Pat Carroll,
Present.
Mark Greco, here, Gary Standard.
Here.
Tim Saul, I am here. Mary Ellen Chesbro is absent excused, and Tricia Clark is on her way, but we do have.
Okay, thank you. Austin, you want to go through the staff?
Absolutely. In attendance, Austin Millock, CEO of the IDA, and Nate Emmons, staff of operations Oswego County, Karen Hurwitz, staff of operations Oswego County, and Kevin Caracoli, legal counsel of Oswego IDA.
Thank you. And
I want to state, so Kevin Lamontagne, CFO, will be joining us late, just to say the record.
notice the minutes. Can I get a motion on that or so moved? Mark, second. Gary, any questions or comments on the minutes? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Notice the meeting was in the Bell Times on November 6th. Financials, Austin.
Yeah, I'm gonna give just sort of an abbreviated, we're about 3 months into the new fiscal year as of the end of October 31. Income is down over the previous year. However, there are multiple projects that are, in process of closing. Actually, there's one tomorrow that's going to close and more in the coming week. So no issues that I see there, nothing unusual. Expenses are primarily in line with where they were before. Nothing that jumps out that's other than some of the major initiatives and things that are ongoing related to the industrial park and others that but they're expenses that are all sort of been planned and nothing that's out of the ordinary. If there's any other questions, I could we could have those come back when CFO Kevin Lamontagne comes back in. But like I said, it's near the beginning of the fiscal year. It's kind of difficult to kind of get a big picture of where things are, but everything is on track based on where we thought they would be and where things go.
Make a motion approved.
Right. Motion by Tim, second by Pat. Any questions or discussion? All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? Motion carries. Business Expansion Center.
Okay, so let me give a little bit of a background here. So over the past year, Operations Oswego County has been working with the County of Oswego, putting together a deal to sell the Business Expansion Center at 185 East Seneca Street to the county for use by multiple county departments. We are at this point, we're anticipating a closing in mid-December, so we're about a month away. So going way back in time to about 1989 when OOC acquired this building. At the time, OOC entered into a pilot agreement using a sale leaseback agreement, which is sort of the way we did these things in the past to do a pilot agreement because of the building's use as an incubator facility. And that was in consideration for $1. It wasn't actually selling. It was to transfer to be able to provide the property tax abatements while it's being used as an incubator. So now that we are close to selling the building, notifying the IDA and requesting one to cancel the pilot agreement and to be able to make the property transfers back prior to the sale of that building. And so not doing it today, but sometime between now and when, before the sale, just so that we're not putting the building on the tax rolls and creating a weird, tax roll to happen. Not that I anticipate that.
Seems like it should happen right at closing.
That's pretty much what'll happen, and Kevin would coordinate that with Rich Mitchell. And it's already all been discussed and whatever, but I just wanted to we want to make sure it's really happening and that we're getting close before we did this prematurely. But we're getting close to scheduling that, and it looks like it's going to be a good deal for all around on that. I think the county is actually even starting to use some of that space, so in a different way. So it's but yeah, it's
We need Attorney General for what do we?
what's that?
You need Attorney General for a nonprofit settlement.
No.
So the property is owned by OOC right now?
It's owned by OOC, but because of the pilot agreement that we have and what we've done, like I said, we're notifying that we're canceling and that we may need to have you sign something or something else related to that agreement to take place. But
Okay.
This was a deal that was done originally back in 1989, and the pilot has been in place since that time because the building has been in use as an incubator.
Is that the only pilot we have that essentially just went on forever?
No, there's a couple other ones related to facilities that OOC owns in the industrial park. One being used as a daycare facility and another one's being used as a workforce training facility. But it was a model that was used sort of in like the late 80s, 90s. They were all around the same time. So.
And there's no tax burden to those because they are nonprofits that operate them?
We have to actually pay a pilot. There's a pilot that's a percentage of that, you know, don't get into details of all of it, but there are pilots on all of these facilities. They all pay a pilot, which is a percentage of the rent. So it's not, you know, if actually those buildings were owned by not-for-profits, it would pay. It's actually a better deal.
So do we need a motion for this, or you just?
Yeah.
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Mark, second by Pat. Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
I'm gonna abstain.
That's fine.
Discussion.
Yep. Okay. Okay.
All right. Next item on the list is audit services. So we've since met since our last meeting with the OOC Executive Committee. We've gone through the same sort of analysis with the OOC Executive Committee. They have made a decision in terms of that they would like to move forward with Grossman and Moore based on our analysis. And coming back now to the IDA to request, you know, my let's see what I got here. Yeah, and this was, like I said, this was for a three-year audit service. You know, based on the determining factors were based on that their bid was the lowest of the three received, both for services to the IDA as well as an aggregate. We have been satisfied with the work they performed in the past, and you know, feel at this time, you know, for at least this three-year term, that would be the best for the agency moving forward. Not to say that we couldn't look to for future renewals to move to the service. But yeah, it's, and you know, if the IDA decides to go in a different direction, that, you know, if they can do it, it's just there's significant value to do it as a whole and have them all looked at by the same entity because of the way that funding flows between.
I'll make a motion to approve the 3 year service plan with Grossman.
Okay, motion by Tricia. Anybody got a second that?
Go ahead, Dave.
Seconded by Gary. Discussion.
We discussed this the last time, right? We decided this one was always the same, right? So,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, we're good.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Thank you.
Right. Next item on the agenda is Oswego County new nuclear. So back in June 2025, Governor Hochul announced that she was directing the New York Power Authority to develop a plan to build 1+ gigawatts of new nuclear power generation in New York State. Based on Oswego County's long history of hosting 3 reactors across 2 sites, the good paying jobs and other benefits of nuclear generation for the county, we are currently working together with partners with local and county at the county level to formally respond to a request for information for communities interested in hosting new nuclear generation. This community RFI is due on December 11th. Working together, multiple people, part of a team on that. You know, so and I also want to state that the County of Oswego, Town of Scriba, and City of Oswego have or are passing resolutions supporting the development of the nuclear power generation in Oswego County. And as part of your packet, you have we have a resolution in front of the County of Oswego IDA to do the same. So you move to your packet, it should be somewhere near the back here. We don't need to get into the whole thing, but just the following resolution is a resolution supporting new advanced nuclear facilities in New York State and authorizing the Chief Executive Officer of the agency to support the submission of a formal response to the New York Power Authority's request for information regarding Oswego County's unique suitability and desire to be a site for new nuclear energy generation facilities. So, looking to have this done so that, you know, part of this, obviously, the county is the one who's going to be formally submitting this, but I think it's in all of our best interest to show a unified front that we're all approving formal resolutions to support nuclear. It is, we all know it's part of the county seal. It's one of our one of the things that makes us who we are in terms of, as an economy. And, it is a great opportunity to see, future growth and potentially billions of dollars of investment and hundreds of new high-paying jobs here in the
Make a motion to move this forward.
Motion by Mark, second. Pat, any discussion?
Yeah, or anybody else, I think it makes all the sense in the world, and happy to work with our partners at the county, town of Scribe, every city, everybody else to help try to bring this investment home.
I'll just offer that the town of Oswego, town board met last evening and unanimously adopted a very similar resolution.
From my perspective, we can't do enough to make this happen, so whatever needs to be done by this board.
I haven't heard of any,
Sooner rather than later, and whatever we can do to help.
I've heard of no opposition to this.
There isn't, it's a formal process you need to go through to, we're not the only place in the state that's looking at it, and I think we're the one who are best suited because of our experience and our infrastructure and everything else, but, we still need to go and get it, we need to go after it.
Well, I think that's the key, right?
Yeah.
Is that other people want it. It's a complete 180 from where we were 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So, we've got to go out and fight to get it to be here instead of fucking keep them open, so.
Just over the last 2 months alone, I've been asked to speak at 3 different events, put on by the state, either by NYSERDA, NYPA, New York State Economic Development Council, to talk about as sort of someone with experience. So I've been asked to speak in front of other economic developers and others about the advantages and benefits of nuclear, while at the same time being like, we want this to happen here. So, like I said, it's something that I think others are looking to do, but I think we are uniquely situated and have advantages to help the state meet this goal.
Any further discussion, questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Did I hear that you want to build something nuclear power at Fort Drum?
Yeah, it's a mini, it's more to come on that, but a micro reactor is something, much smaller than a commercial sized facility, just to power the,
300 megawatt SMRs.
I think they're talking about something smaller than that. Yeah.
Okay.
They had a biomass reactor that worked there until about 2023, they shut it down, so the timing is good for something like that. We'll see.
Okay. Next up, Novella.
Yeah, so, in light of this morning's fire, I had other, prepared discussion items that I was gonna talk about, but I wanna just, in light of the, situation, I wanna table those. Just state that, it's, 1:15 right now, we were made aware this morning, there was a fire, at Novellus, and so in the hot mill rolling area, a motor room, the fire department's raised it to a four alarm level. Fire departments across Oswego County and as far away as Onondaga County and Cuba County responded. Don't have a lot of other updates at the time, other than the company had put out a statement that no one was hurt, everyone's able to get out. But we don't have any other details. Just want to say, obviously, you guys have, say what you want, but that we stand alongside Novellus at this critical time, find whatever support and assistance we can to assist as they move forward. But yeah, it's really unfortunate situation with everything else going on.
Absolutely unfortunate, and hopefully it doesn't do too much more damage to the plant. So,
More to come.
I don't think there's much else we can say at this point, right? So, all right. Number 8, GSPP 5059 State Route 104.
So this will be between myself and Kevin Caracoli. So GSPP 5059 State Route 104. This is an active solar array project in the town of Scriba that was built. They have come to the LEA requesting a consent to ownership change. This is something that's came relatively recently as a request and I guess I don't even have, I know Kevin Caracoli has something printed out for it, but I don't have the paperwork related to the specific name of the entity, if you have that.
I can,
Okay.
share that. So this, we've seen this before. This is solar company who's bringing in new tax equity partners, and they've created a separate holding company that will actually now hold ownership of the entire parcel. There's operating companies. So the holding company, who is what you would be consenting to the transfer of ownership to, is GSPP 5059 Holdings LLC. Okay, so who that is behind it, I'm not specifically aware, but it's generally within that the same group that this is it Green Street Power Partners? I think that's what GSPP stands for.
Yeah,
Green Street Power Partners.
actually, I do have it now, so it's
I think they're out of Stamford, Connecticut.
oh, yes, they are, yeah, I
They
do have the information now.
I'm sorry, they did provide myself and Barclay Damon team with all the corporate documentation, so they're up, they're running, they're legal. Everything is compliant from a legal entity perspective. We'd just be consenting to the change of ownership.
Nothing would change related to the project. The project is already up and running. It's
Yeah.
not gonna fundamentally change anything related to it. It's just anytime that there is any ownership transfer of any of the assets, the IDA has to provide consent either for an ownership change or for a change in any new financing or anything like that. This time they're only asking for a ownership change, no consent to mortgage financing.
And when the responsible company changes, any restrictions would move right as well, like.
They
any
inherit everything.
Commissioning plan, all that, so.
As doing this, they are agreeing to everything that the previous company did.
How does that work with, I'm assuming the bond that is posted, those decommissioning is some sort, is it an annual payment that they pay for? Like, how does that?
It varies from project to project. This particular project is for the life of it. It's a indefinite bond.
Okay.
I've seen them where they renew annually. This one in particular has no end date. It's for the life of the project.
So is that something they pay out annually? They pay out once up front?
It's a one-time bond payment for a sum certain.
Okay.
I don't know the exact amount, but it's in the hundreds of thousands for this particular project.
This was one approved specifically by the town of Strata. Every town does it a little bit differently, some
I'm
may.
just always curious about if, we're gonna come years from now, find out that there was some sneaky way that this changing of names and companies comes back and bites these towns. So again, just want to make sure everything that we
It
expect.
hasn't happened yet, and if it ever does, we'll be. the
Well,
first.
that's because these are 20-year decommissioning.
I know.
So we're all gonna, they're gonna 20 of these that show up in 2039.
Your kid's problem.
Well, I can assure you that the town of Strata will know about this change. I can't speak for any other community, but, and I think, although don't hang your hat on it, but I believe that the approving resolution required a periodically every 5 to 10 year review of the bond to make sure it keeps up with cost of inflation.
Okay. I get a motion on this.
On the
Motion by Tim, second. Mark, any further discussion? All those in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. Looks like we need to go into executive for the next topic. We have a motion.
Yeah, I think the next 5 topics, which under the Public Officers Law, Section 105, is the purpose of discussing the financial circumstances of a particular individual or corporation. There's also matters related to pending or threatened litigation. So two different grounds for going into executive.
Okay. Motion by Mark, second by Gary to go into executive session. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? We're now in executive session as of 1.